Noise-canceling headphones allow for the precise control and design of one sense, our sense of hearing. Augmented or virtual reality headsets allow for the specific design of visual perception. Physical architecture, like a wall or a door, bundles the visual and audio control together. Isolating the senses allows us to design each individually. Hermann Hertzberger designed an office building with the intention of flexibility, openness, and the ability to adapt to an evolving workplace. There seemed to be a never-ending number of possible arrangements in the Zentrale Behir, which was built in 1973. The structuralist approach remains as strong as ever. Hertzberger strongly believed buildings were a framework for which inhabitants would determine specific use. According to him, one differentiates between a structure with a long life cycle and infills with shorter life cycles. However, it may be that those cycles of infill must be faster and even more adaptive. According to real estate agents and local newspapers, in the past few years the building has been put up for sale and considered for demolition. It has been labeled economically redundant and very dated because of the material usage, noise problems, and daylighting complaints from former inhabitants. While the argument over preservation continues, it is clear that there is a gap between its intended flexibility and the very physical problems that have left it vacant. The issue of flexibility persists in the newest office buildings, where Google's new campus is described in The Guardian as attempting to treat architecture as software, imagining a building that can be continually updated just like the latest apps. This makes this office building an ideal test candidate for an experiment questioning the sole monopoly that physical architecture holds on our interaction with each other and with space. The windows are not the only way to look at a view or to get more light. With sensory architecture, physical walls are no longer the only means to provide acoustic or visual privacy. Heavy desks are not the only way to hold documents, and chairs are only necessary when you need to sit. However, the framework of the physical building is still needed. The columns are needed to stop the floor above from falling down. The windows and roof are needed to block the wind and the rain. With the power of the structuralist building and the flexibility of an architecture designed for each sense, the constraints of resources, time, location, and even gravity are now drastically reduced. Visual and audio focus can happen quickly. Furniture no longer wastes space and can be brought to you when needed. There are new methods for creating boundaries calibrated with the existing structure. Physical architecture provides mainly long-term interactions. Pavilions and kinetic architectures start to approach more intimate and human reaction, but sensory architecture provides instant and adaptive interactions. Fast-paced conversations and exercise breaks are matched by an architecture that calculates, coordinates, and adapts to your movement instantly. Avoid traffic jams and other users who are offline without even thinking. The space quickly transforms for large social groups to accommodate meetings or group lunches. This works like a group chat and everyone else is filtered out. Using our brain structure's existing propensity for spatial memory, information and data can be linked to and organized with the advantage of space, location, depth, and physical structure. Physical characteristics of the space, like cut-throughs, are perfect examples of where the sensory and the physical suggest a much greater opportunity than the two separately. The gaps allow us to visualize data in 3 dimensions, visualizing fields that were previously illegible. Social interaction feels like an online status. You can choose to be seen, and you can choose whether to see others. Very real social interactions like GChat or Facebook Messenger are brought off the browser and into three-dimensional space. Similar to a window with multiple chats open, one person can see all their conversations with their friends, but their friends cannot see each other.